Dredger's insight is having first-hand knowledge that this mechanic was a mistake and absolutely should have had a mana cost attached to it if it had been printed at all. And it's also a cute little green uncommon from Ether Drift, the set that we're all trying to forget, that is Standard's best way of teaching new players this wisdom. For 1 and a green, you get to mill the top 4 cards of your library, pick an artifact, creature, or land from them, and return it to your hand, gaining a life in the process. And in fact, it's an enchantment that sticks around and gives you life every time an artifact or creature leaves your graveyard. Why it can return a land to your hand with its enters effect but doesn't trigger off you doing so is one of the many mysteries of the car racing Magic the Gathering plane. Now, mulch effects are always good. They have always been good. It's incredibly simple during deck building to make a card like this see the top 4 cards of your library and get everything relevant that you would possibly want out of it, and then get rid of the rest, but not in a way where you don't see them anymore, like say to the bottom of your library, but leave them in the graveyard for future interaction. And in terms of modern mulch cards, Dredger's Insight might be the platonic ideal, gaining life whenever you do the thing that your deck is clearly meant to be doing if it's playing something with Dredge in the name, while hitting that incredibly important 2 mana for seeing 4 cards breakpoint. There is a reason that it is seeing play in Standard, Pioneer, and Modern, although obviously the it's seeing play in Standard is caveated on the fact that Standard events are actually firing and Vivi has been banned in the future sometime. But Dredger's Insight isn't just an incredibly overpowered mulch like, say, Malevolent Rumble. It has a unique and incredibly important selling point, and it's not that it gives you an additional rectangle, because, sure, Town Greeter is fantastic, gaining 2 life is lovely, but if you're in Standard, Dredger's Insight can be sacrificed to Beseech the Mirror, giving you 4 more copies of your superior Spider-Man that you're actually casting to properly trigger your Bringer of the Last Gift and end the game immediately. And if you're playing Modern Broodscale, Dredger's Insight gets artifacts. In fact, it is one of the only mulch-style effects ever printed to get artifacts, meaning that you don't have to run a separate recovery piece to pick up your Blade of the Bloodchief, or your Agatha's Soul Cauldron, because that thing is everywhere. The more research on graveyard-based decks I do, the more reasons I find that Agatha's Soul Cauldron may in fact not be a fantastic card, and may in fact be a design mistake. If you've ever had this realization about one of your favorite cards, like and subscribe. But even if every copy of Soul Cauldron gets shot into the sun, Dredger's Insight is still absolutely going to see play until the end of time. This is an eminently playable card, giving you absolutely everything that you want, including an extra free rectangle on the battlefield and hitting an incredibly rare card type. Now, in the future, are we probably going to see this get power crept somewhat? Sure. And once again, not talking about Malevolent Rumble here. In the no doubt long and expansive future of Magic, we'll see Dredger's Insight on a creature so that it can dredge into future copies of itself, or simply another enchantment version that can pick up cards of any permanent type. And of course, those are the reserved and straightforward designs that I'm hoping for, as opposed to something like Atraxa's Insight, mill 4 cards, pick up 1 card of each card type that you can find.